Okay, thank you for attending this new moon of Leo webinar. And as you can see from the timing here, the actual time of the new moon occurred just over 1 hour ago. So we're in the full tide of this important interlude point in the monthly cycle. So let's begin with a moment of silence to link up with each other and with all other individuals and groups throughout the world who are participating with us at this moment of opportunity. O thou who givest sustenance to the universe, from whom all things proceed, to whom all things return, unveil to us the face of the true spiritual sun, hidden by a disk of golden light, that we may know the truth and do our whole duty as we journey to thy sacred feet. Om. Of course, this most ancient of prayers, the Gayatri, has much symbolism related to the sign of Leo, as it speaks of the veiling of the true spiritual sun by a disk of golden light, because we do know that in this great sign of Leo, there is the teaching on the triple sun, the triple rulership of Leo by the sun, and the three suns being the physical sun, the heart of the sun, or the more mystical aspect of the sun, and then the central spiritual sun, which is related and aligned with the highest spirit aspect. So in Leo, we have this beautiful symbol of the possibility of alignment held out to all true seekers as they seek to penetrate through the veils to, in the first case, enter into the mystical heart of the sun through the planet Neptune, and then collectively at a higher stage on the spiritual path to connect with the monadic point via the hierarchical ruler, which is the planet Uranus. So the Gayatri speaks very much to the symbolism of this sign. And Leo, as we know, forms part of that great cross of discipleship known as the fixed cross. And the Tibetan teacher gives us a symbol for each of the crosses. And this is the symbol for the fixed cross, which is very resonant with the symbol of our earth, which you can see in the center there, which is a circle with a cross. So it seems as if our planet in in many ways is perhaps very related to this fixed cross. And we, members of humanity who find ourselves on the path of discipleship, of course, are all functioning under the influence of these four signs with the fixed cross: Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, irregardless of what sign we happen to have been born in or what sign we find rising at our time of birth. It doesn't matter. The Tibetan tells us that decidedly the disciples of the world find themselves on the fixed cross and governed therefore very much by by the planet Saturn. He gives us a planetary ruler for each of the crosses. And as I said, for the fixed cross, it is Saturn. And so we are in the testing experience. Saturn is related to a dividing of the ways, to discipline, to the need to make choices, and to not travel up and down the land, but to remain fixed in our intention to tread the path no matter what the cost might be to our personality. So there's a lot of sacrifice involved in this fixed cross experience. And when we are finding ourselves in the annual cycle in one of the signs of the fixed cross, it is always an opportunity for the disciples of the world, but particularly, the Tibetan says, for those disciples who happen to be born under the fixed cross. So I wanted to just also begin with a little simple breathing exercise. It's been a very tense time for various reasons in our annual cycle. And so perhaps it would do us all some good to just focus on this very simple breathing exercise, which can perhaps serve to align us with the heart of love. So as we breathe in, we can use this phrase: in self-forgetfulness, I gather what I need for the helping of my fellow men. And then hold and focus on strength, love, and light. And now out breathing. In self-forgetfulness, I breathe out love upon humanity. And then the lower interlude where we pause, love to all beings. So in breathing, in self-forgetfulness, I gather what I need for the helping of my fellow men. Pause. Strength, light, and love. Out breathing. In self-forgetfulness, I breathe out love upon humanity. And pause. Love to all beings. In breathing, in self-forgetfulness, I gather what I need for the helping of my fellow men. Pause. Strength, love, and light. Out breathing, in self-forgetfulness, I breathe out love upon humanity. pause, love to all beings. Thank you. Breathing exercises make use of the interludes. The higher interlude follows upon the period of in-breathing, and then the lower interlude follows upon the period of out-breathing. And in a passage which we've talked about before in these webinars, in a treatise on white magic, the Tibetan gives us some very helpful words related to these interludes, which occur, of course, not only in breathing exercises, but they're also related very much to the interludes in the monthly and annual cycle and the larger life interludes. So in the cycle of the monthly cycle, we're right now in the peak moment of the lower interlude period, which also corresponds in the annual cycle to the period of Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So this is a time of pause, a time in the lower interlude, we're told, when the mind penetrates or permeates the brain cells. So it's really related to making an impact on the physical plane. And therefore, it's a somewhat dangerous interlude because it can be understood and utilized, and perhaps we could say manipulated, by those individuals who have not developed the heart center and who work as those dark magicians do, who work with clear minds and powerful intent, but who are not, as I said, aligned with hierarchy. They know how to make use of this lower interlude period because they're very mentally polarized. And this, as I said, this interlude is involved with the relationship between the mind and the brain. So therefore, it seems more important for those of us who work with the hierarchy to make use of this lower interlude period to dedicate ourselves to doing what we can to help support the new group of world servers who are in our thoughts at the new moon interlude, to strengthen their hands and to include our own hands in that regard, to strengthen ourselves and each other so that we can more fully undertake those difficult tasks of bringing through the spiritual teachings in a powerful way onto the physical plane. It's not enough to work in the higher interlude period, which is more abstract and more aligned with higher mind and soul impacting on the mind, on the lower mind, remaining more abstract and distant from the more difficult, as I said, difficult task of working out those impressions into forms that can meet the need of the masses of humanity so that we can play our part in helping to sway those masses of humanity into alignment with the light. And each of us are trying to do that, I'm sure, in our way. But as we come together in a group, we strengthen each other's hands so that we can become aware through our impressions of new and more effective ways in which we can meet that need. Because we do know that those who work in conjunction with the dark brothers or the dark forces or the forces of materialism are doing all they can to sway the masses of humanity into a more deeper alignment with the forces of materialism. And they're very successful in their work. And so, all the more reason for us to work concertedly as a group to do what we can to bring in the light. Leo, as I said, is related to this idea of the triple sun, which has so many different connotations in our spiritual work. This triangle is involved in all aspects of the spiritual teachings of the ageless wisdom. At this time of the new moon, we can think of the correspondence between the sun, the moon, and the earth, which stand in direct alignment. We can think of Shambhala, hierarchy, and humanity. In relationship to Leo, we think of, as I said, the central spiritual sun, Uranus, the heart of the sun, Neptune, and the physical sun, also veiling Jupiter. So the Tibetan tells us this is a powerful alignment that occurs during this month, and it serves very much to align us as well with the sign of Aquarius, because the Tibetan does tell us that there is a powerful alignment between Aquarius and Leo at this time as we enter into the Aquarian age. With each decade, the influence of these two signs becomes more powerful in our planetary life, stimulating the will aspect in humanity, because Leo is a potent sign of the will. So we have to be careful during this period when the will is strong to make sure we center very much in the heart center, which is very possible during Leo, as it is ruling the heart. So here's a passage about this Leo Aquarian polarity, one of those interesting passages that the Tibetan gives us, I believe from the old commentary, which talks about the transition between Leo and Aquarius and the need for the Leo individual to surmount that very strong and potent sense of individuality, which is so strong in this sign, and to merge it with the opposite polarity of Aquarius. The lion begins to roar. He rushes forth, and in his urge to live he wields destruction. And then again he roars, and rushing to the stream of life, drinks deep. Then, having drunk, the magic of the waters works. He stands transformed. The lion disappears, and he who bears the water pot stands forth and starts upon his mission. So this is really a beautiful passage about this time in which we're living, in which as I said, the Leo energy is so strong. The sense of individualism is so strong among so many people in humanity. And as we move from the mass consciousness in Cancer to this individual consciousness in Leo, we're also urged, as this passage encourages us, to move and to blend the sense of individuality with the sense of universality, with the water of life, which are the keynotes of this coming Aquarian age, with the sense of brotherhood and liberty and equality, the Aquarian keynotes, which can pour through the individual as we stand within the higher aspects of ourselves, within the soul consciousness. Working as we are in Leo, we can build that bridge most easily into the Aquarian consciousness and merge these two signs. All of us can do that during this monthly Leo festival and serve to help bring about this shift within the larger collective, which is so necessary if we are to move beyond the incredible self-interest and materialism which has so many people within its grip. Because we're living now in a time when the call goes out, the call of the hierarchy goes out amidst the noise and harshness of our planetary life, amidst all of the materialism and selfishness and separatism. The still small voice of the silence, the voice of hierarchy, penetrates into our consciousness to the extent that we take those opportunities, such as this, to listen. Tibetan tells us that it's not a lack of sensitivity which cuts us off from hierarchical impression and vibratory rate, its vibratory rate. It isn't a lack of sensitivity. We're all uniquely sensitive, but it's rather our inability to listen, our inability to take that time to cultivate the subjective aspects of ourselves, which can make us attentive to the call of hierarchy, and as this image shows, can strengthen us to come together in group alignment, particularly at these interlude periods, so that we can stand as we always say, as a collective channel, which is what is needed on our planetary life. As humanity begins to mend the break within the chain of hierarchy, it allows the divine plan for our planet to work out, because it has been humanity that took a wrong turn many eons of years ago and set ourselves upon the path of individuality, of egotism, of mental development devoid of spiritual life, and turned our back upon hierarchy for these many eons of time. But now the opportunity is here for humanity to stand as I said, as a linking agent, thereby allowing the energy of hierarchy to flow outward into the lower kingdoms in nature and to bring about a great station of light, which is humanity's destiny, to become a great station of light, thereby enabling us to merge ourselves with the hierarchy and aid in the process of planetary transformation. So that, in a nutshell, is our task as we know it. That's why we join together at this time. And there's, as usual, too many things here to look at, and we don't have much time. So I just wanted, as last month, to bring up the chart of the new moon because of the powerful alignment which we can perhaps all feel between these two planets, an alignment which will occur more or less until 2016, the revolutionary alignment between Uranus and the planet Pluto, two planets very much along the first ray line. Uranus, the planet of the seventh ray, which governs the merging and blending of spirit and matter. Pluto, the first ray planet along the lines of destruction. But in this chart, they're lining up very much with Venus. Venus, which was highlighted during the June full moon and the Venus passage. Venus, the sister, the immortal sister to the Earth's mortal sister, the planet which shares her light with us, this planet is very powerfully aligned with this powerful square aspect, forming a T-square in the sky. This is a fortuitous alignment, I would state, much more so than last month when the alignment included the planet Mars. And so the Sabian symbol perhaps speaks to this. For 25, 26 degrees Leo, the degree of the new moon itself, after the heavy storm, a rainbow. So perhaps there is some hope that during this coming monthly cycle, there will be this appearance of a rainbow. And we who are students of the Alice Bailey teachings know that the rainbow is very important as a symbol of the seven rays and of the Antakarana bridge. So there are many things to say, but perhaps it's best to just close with this passage from Letters on Occult Meditation, which speaks to the job that we can undertake in our daily lives. He who knows the secret of being naught but a channel, and who abides still within the secret place, can pass through the present crisis without undue shattering and pain. Stimulation, such as is at present abroad, leads to pain and consequent reaction, and must be guarded against with as much care as its opposite, loss of vitality, guarded against. Not in the sense of shutting oneself off from stimulating force, but of receiving that force, passing it through one's being, and only absorbing as much of it as one can carry. The residue will then pass out from one as a healing agency on its return to the general reservoir. The law is but the adaptation of the form to some one or other of these great streams of force. If you do, you will illuminate your whole life and be carried on those streams of force, those magnetic currents, that vital fluid, and those electrical rays, no matter what the terms used, right to the heart of the unknown. So now let's take a moment of silence to link up with each other. Visualize ourselves standing within a circle, linking heart to heart. Visualizing the planet Earth in our midst. Now link with humanity. Visualizing humanity as a great golden sun, influenced right now by the planet Jupiter. Now see that sun lifting up and merging with the second sun, the planetary heart center, the spiritual hierarchy. and standing as a group in alignment with the world teacher at the heart of hierarchy. We extend our consciousness to the great center lying far beyond, the planetary head center, Shambhala. Imaginatively extending our alignment to the heart of the sun and the inpouring energies from the sign of Leo and its ray influences of the first or red ray and the orange fifth ray. Stand within the hierarchy and hold this alignment open. Taking our stand with the world teacher and in alignment with the new group of world servers, visualize a beam of golden light pouring down from the sun into the earth. Radiance are we and power. We stand forever with our arms outstretched, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the subtle world of glamour. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent place and bring from thence the gift of understanding. Thus with the light we work and turn the darkness into day. Now focus in the group mind. And ponder upon the new group of world servers. In the keynote, discover the members of the new group of world servers and strengthen their hands. Visualize an outpouring of the energy of love through all planes and states of consciousness. See the fogs and mists of glamour and illusion surrounding our planet being dissipated by the inpouring of this light. Recenter the consciousness within the periphery of the great ashram. sounding the affirmation of love. In the center of all love, I stand. From that center, I, the soul, will outward move. From that center, I, the one who serves, will work. May the love of the Divine Self be shed abroad in my heart, through my group, and throughout the world. Ponder upon the plan for our planet. Bringing the energies down into the cave of the head and visualizing the earth. See the plan working out. Distribution. Distributing the energy through the Ajna center and the planetary etheric body, through the 5 planetary inlets of New York, London, Geneva, Darjeeling, and Tokyo. Sounding the great invocation from the point of light within the mind of God. Let light stream forth into human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God. Let love stream forth into human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all little human wills, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Thank you very much for your participation. And as you know, the new moon activity is a 5-day festival, so we'll hold the alignment for the coming 2 days. Okay, bye-bye.